Three-phase induction motor play a vital role in industry, and wherever we need this mechanical energy input to drive the equipment like a pump, compressors, and wherever the auxiliary equipments, we need the motor. And this three-phase induction motor we are wide using in the many applications. So nowadays energy we want to utilize in an efficient manner. Whenever there is a losses, we are losing the profit as well as we are losing the renewable energy sources. So we need to avoid the losses. For that, we want to find out where energy is getting dissipated and where it is getting lost. After identification only, we can go for reduction method, how we can avoid the energy losses and how we can gain the profit, gain the energy as well as gain the money. So now we will see about how we can identify the various losses involved in the motor and how we can improve the energy efficient operation in our day-to-day operations. Now we've taken about this induction motor. What are the internal parts in this equipment? The terminal box where we will connect the cables, terminate the cables to give the input power to the motor. Basically, the motor is the equipment which convert this electrical energy into the mechanical energy. That is power we are feeding to the motor, so it will convert to the rotational energy, give the torque, rotation, power in the output of the shaft. So stator will be there. This winding is called the stator. Rotor will be there. In the rotor we have the shaft. So shaft is mounted in the bearing, non-driven bearing and driven bearing. There is a two bearing will be there in order to hold the shaft to avoid any vibration during this rotation of the rotor and the shaft. So it is play a major role. The bearing is get failed, the shaft will get damaged and the entire machine will get damaged. And then we have the fan. Fan is in order to reduce the temperature of the winding. We reduce the temperature, the resistance definitely will come down. So losses also will be come down. So that we have the fan to have the cooling in the enclosures. The airflow will be, atmosphere will be sucked by the fan and it will be discharged to the fins in the enclosure, outside of the enclosure. So air will be get blown off in the direction. So we'll get cool the heat dissipations. So where the losses can occur? So this fan is running. When the power we given, the shaft is rotating, so the fan is coupled in that shaft. So fan is running. So energy we want to given for this fan also. So this is first loss. And then we have this bearing. So there will be any rotational is there. Definitely there will be the friction will be there. So the losses will be dissipated over there. So second we identified. And then we have the core, magnetic core in this. So magnetic core will energy will dissipate through the magnetic core also. The losses will be there. So we call this losses in the fan frictional losses and vintage losses, we called it is the fixed loss. And one more thing, this magnetic core loss also the fixed loss. It is the independent loss. It will not depend on the load. How much load we are connecting in the shaft, it will not depend. So it is the fixed loss. We can say it is a constant for the drive. Next, we are going for this, how to calculate the various losses. So we told the fixed losses, it is independent of the motor load, magnetic core loss, friction and vintage loss, that is from the bearing, from fan and other rotating part, basically the shaft. Variable loss, it will be depend on the motor load. If we increase the motor load, that is which equipment is connected, if we increase the load in that drive, that equipment which is connected to the motor, so resistance loss in the stator will get increased because the power throughput to the stator will get increased, so resistance also will get increased. The losses will be also more in that because temperature is increasing, right? And then rotor resistance loss will be there. And stray loss. Stray loss is nothing but for all the electric motors, we have the stray losses based on the capacity. Whenever the capacity of the motor is increased, the stray losses also will be get increased. Now we are going to see about the various formulas used for calculating the losses. First, we want to calculate the fixed loss, right? So for that, we need calculate the stator copper loss at no load. This is the formula. The stator resistance at low temperature in order to find out the stator loss at the load condition. Fixed loss, what we discussed. So in that fixed loss, we want to no load power will get it when motor is not coupled to the equipment. So only the motor power taken by the motor, it is called no load power. So that is called the fixed loss. And then stator copper loss will be there. So stator copper loss will subtract it. So we'll give the friction loss, that is friction and vintage loss plus the magnetic core loss, we will get it. Slip, already we know synchronous speed minus actual speed will be synchronous speed is called slip. Rotor input power at the load condition is rated power, that is capacity, motor design capacity of the motor divided by 1 minus slip. So it is a stray loss what we discussed. Now the motor capacity will get increased, definitely the stray loss will get come down. Previously I told wrongly, so now I am correcting. Whenever the capacity of the motors get increased, so stray loss will get come down. And motor input power is equal to what are the power, rotor input power, and then the stator copper loss and fixed loss plus stray loss. So this rated power of the motor divided by motor input power will get the efficiency of the motor. So now we will see about the calculation, how we can calculate the motor efficiency. So what are the input we need for that calculation? Motor name of the motor for our reference. And then date, which date we are analyzing the performance. So 6th of August we are calculating. Capacity of the motor taken from the nameplate. Resistance, stator resistance, that also be taken from the nameplate and motor data book. 0.029 ohms. And stator resistance, which temperature, so they're also given in the nameplate. Winding connection is delta connection. Number of pole is, it is a 2-pole motor. No load data. Actually, we want to decouple the motor and if we want to go for the no load trial, then only we can get this data. So whenever you're going for motor change out, definitely we'll take the solo run. So that time we will get the no load data, or whenever installing the new motor or replacing the pump, we have the opportunity to test the solo run. That is no load test for the motor. By that we can take the parameters. So taken is 31 amps, like that we taken. So this 31 amps is taken. Power input, we get it at 5101, and then frequency is 50 hertz. Load, when we load, after that we connected the pump and then we run, or the whatever the compressor, whatever maybe. So after that we want to take it the current, frequency, speed, winding temperature. So now we'll go for the calculations. First of all, we want to find out the fixed loss, right? So we'll calculate first the fixed loss. For the fixed loss, what we seen, we want to check the friction and vintage loss first of all. So friction and vintage loss, what we early seen, the losses, the fan and the bearing and the friction loss and the magnetic core loss will be there. So for that we want to find out the stator copper loss at no load, because no load power minus stator copper loss is subtracted, will get the fixed loss, the magnetic core loss and the vintage loss, right? Because this motor is not connected to any of the equipment, so it is running. So power which was taken during that, basically the magnetic core loss and the friction and vintage loss only. So first of all, stator copper loss at no load, basically it is I square R, that is a no load current. How much it was taken? 31 amps. I square R, resistance is 0.029 ohms. So it is a 28 watt. It is the stator copper loss. Actually, in this formula, we want to add properly, means 3 into I square divided by root 3 whole square. You want to make it. Instead of that, we are directly adding I square lot. It is a 3-phase delta connection. So we want to directly also we can take it. So fixed loss is no load power. How much it was taken? We see nearly. No load power is 5101 minus the stator copper loss is 28. So we'll get 5073 is the fixed loss. That is losses. You see this around 5 kilowatt we are consumed for this, only for this fan cooling and then this bearing and the magnetic core loss. Magnetic core. Stator resistance at load, because we want to find out the stator power, we want to calculate it. So that stator resistance we want to calculate for that, because I square R is the formula for the power. So stator resistance we want to calculate, because R we want to calculate, right? Resistance we want to calculate, we want to multiply it, right? So the stator resistance at load, we know what is the stator resistance at no load. That is 0.029 ohms. It is a constant, 2,3 is a constant, plus what temperature, winding temperature is 102 at load condition. We want to calculate the resistance at load. Resistance at load we don't know. Resistance at unload we know. No load we know. So 235 plus This resistance 0.029 is a temperature of 21 degrees centigrade. So you can multiply this and the resistance will get the 0.0382 is the resistance of the stator at the load condition. Okay, so that we find out. So stator copper loss easily you can find out I square R. You know load condition is 130 current it was taken. 130 into stator resistance is 0.0382, right? 0.0382, correct. It is 130. So 130 square into 0.0382. It is the stator copper loss at load condition. 646. It is very simple. Easily we can calculate the motor efficiency. No need to worry. Only we need the data. Then we can easily find out. And what is my slip? Slip is this. What is the speed deviation between the synchronic speed and the. So what is the synchronic speed? How we can calculate is 120 f by p. 120 f by p is how much is coming? 120 f by number of pole is 2 pole, right? So 3000 rpm is the synchronous speed. So 3000 minus speed at the load divided by synchronous speed. It is a slip 0.0067. So rotor input power at load is equal to what is the capacity of the motor divided by 1 minus slip. So capacity of the motor is 75 kilowatt, right? So 75. So it is kilowatt, 75 kilowatt. So watt we are converting into 1000 we are making. 1 minus slip is 0.0067 is our slip. So it is the power taken by the rotor input power. How much power we given to the rotor. Okay. So stray loss we already discussed. Whenever the capacity, based on the capacity we can take it. So it is 75 kilowatt. So it will be 1.8 percentage. It will be 100 into motor design capacity. So 1350 is the stray loss. So motor input power at load is equal to, we want to add all the power, rotor input power plus fixed loss plus stator copper loss at load plus stray loss. So now we got it. So what are the power taken for the fan and then this friction loss, that is no load power minus this stator copper loss that we want to add plus how much power we given to the rotor that we want to add, and then stator how much power we the stator and stray loss, that is the 4 component we want to make. And what is the design capacity of the motor divided by this input power, it is the motor efficiency into 100. So 91% motor efficiency is there, 9% loss is there. So 9% loss we can identify individually. The fixed loss is almost 5 kilowatt, it was gone. So if you want to make a percentage, so you can do it. Individual losses, what are the losses, percentage losses for the so fixed loss, this kilowatt divided by, if we add it, it will come individually. For example, you can take this divided by this. So 6% is the fixed loss itself, it gone, and stay loss 1.8% already we calculated. Like that we can make it the fraction also. So if we add it, it will give 100% totally. Three-phase induction motor play a vital role in industry